What?
No, the model part. Okay,
Yeah.
we have to make new model or existing model.
No, no, no. We are just going to right now what we have. We are just going to build on top of it.
Yeah, the same table will be added, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Okay. So we'll just add new tables. That's all. We won't do anything.
So I had one doubt, like
Yeah.
in my VS Code, when I am putting my templates and kind of segregating them into category wise folder,
Uh-huh.
like I made a one login folder in this folder within template itself.
No, no, that won't work. That
Yeah,
won't work.
that is not working.
Yeah, yeah, because Flask, as I mentioned, Flask has its has it refers a folder structure. When you are putting something in it, no, like in the template or when you're doing render template, it
Hmm.
actually refers a folder structure and it expects the templates to be at a one particular folder.
Okay.
So if you want a custom folder structure, then you have to go into class settings and change it.
Okay. And
Yeah.
this controllers and what you call
Mm-hmm.
these are folders in I have seen in some video. So I
Yeah.
made controller folder, so we can move those. I mean this code into separately, like for routes.
I mean, yeah, for routes you can actually make separate folders.
Okay. Like
Uh,
I want to understand the like refactoring process, like how we think and how we refactor and when.
yeah, that will come as you code along. So for that, I mean, because you all are starting out, compartmentalizing your code is not something that comes naturally. So, for example, let's say this model dot model. I during my advanced project, I had written the entire model in this main.py itself.
Okay.
But now I know that it's better to have it in a different model.py folder because it makes it much more easier to uh, mm, deal with because my code is now compartmentalized. I know which part of my code is in which folder, in which file. So I
Hmm.
can go into that file and I can only focus on that part. I don't have to, like scroll
Create a model, add one more
table.
table in a
Yeah.
given. Table means like not table. I would say column. Sorry, column
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
in a given table. Then do I need to delete everything or we can add later on also? Is it possible?
Actually, from what I have actually have to delete the entire data and recreate the column.
Like this DB browser thing you have shown,
Yeah.
can we create there directly? Is it possible?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, DB browser there, I think I used to create during my first attempt. I used to create, yeah, create table. Yeah, there is option to create
No,
table
no,
and add
the
it.
table is there, but I'm saying create a column. Is it something like create column?
Yeah, you can do it also. So let's
Yeah,
say modify table. Click on modify table,
Mhm.
and after that you can add another column over here and start with it. Okay.
So now this will be fetched into the our code if we create.
No, no, no. This will not get updated into your code. So if you make an update, whatever update you make in the code also is not gonna get reflect in the DB browser, and whatever changes you make through the DB browser is not gonna reflect in the code also. Okay. So whatever changes, let's say you add a new column over here,
Mhm.
then you also have to make the changes in the table in DB browser over here also.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm. Got it.
Mm, got it. Right. Mm. Since this is a relational database, you can't have columns, blank cells actually. So yeah, that's there. Okay, so now just let's run my code and we'll just look into a little bit of CSS. Yeah,
Can I ask one more question, like
yeah,
last?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm almost about to create the user dashboard. My admin
Yeah.
dashboard is completed. Okay. So
Okay.
So the question is like, when the user will write the, let's say I'm at making the quiz master app. So when the
Mm-hmm.
user will write the quiz will have question,
Mm-hmm.
question will have option, and that will become to the post request. And my question is like, the moment the user will submit, click the submit button or save button, whatever button, then I want all the values to come to my code, and then I can calculate the score, and I have to store the score against the user
Yeah.
as per
So
the quiz, as per against user also, and as per the quiz ID also.
yeah, so that is what I want to show you, that how you can store the data for each user. Okay, so that is what your question is, right? Like how you are going to calculate the score for each quiz for each user, right?
Yeah, correct, correct.
Yeah, yeah. So that is what we will be looking into. I think maybe today or tomorrow. I think today, because I want to show you how to create cards and all before we move on to um, the
Yeah, fine.
other part. So Bootstrap is something I am not particularly good at because I don't use Bootstrap that much. I just use vanilla CSS. But since you are told to use Bootstrap, I will show you. I show you how to use a grid, but it's better if you look into some other videos for Bootstrap. I am not that good with Bootstrap.
So,
Anyways,
what
so
I've done is I did like a normal coding like this, like this
mhm,
normal template,
mhm.
and I simply gave this code to the chat GPT. It made the bootstrap.
Bootstrap thing, yeah,
Yeah,
that you can do also.
that is
Yeah,
easy. We can do.
yeah, that is doable. Okay, so today let's start with CSS. So what we will do is we'll create another folder. We'll create a folder, not a file. We'll create a folder called static, static, static. And static is the place where all your assets for your web page or app stays. For example, images, audio file, and anything for example assets. I would say, let's say we go to some website, let's say we go to geo7, and you can see that when we log in we can see all these resources like this album cover or this song covers and all. These are all stored in a file called static. Okay, so the style sheet also, all the styling and all for this website, these are all stored over there. The music, audio files also are stored over there. So that is some what we will look at. So first thing, we will create a folder called static, and within that folder, we will create another folder called CSS. Or it's better if we call it a style sheet, but I think CSS is fine. And we will create another folder within static. We'll call it as yeah, static. We will add another folder called images. So all the images and CSS styling, all of these stays inside static folder. Yeah. Okay.
CSS is a file or folder. It's file, right?
Folder. It's a folder where the CSS file will be stored.
Okay.
Okay. So now we need to add some. We will add CSS to it. So we'll just create a CSS file called link. Yeah, so this is the code for CSS. We found a reference to a public code and something just forget about it. Yeah, so this is not actually required.
This is the bootstrap code.
Yeah, this is Bootstrap, so it's already taking it from it. Here is style sheet href href. Yeah, so we don't want boots. We want our custom CSS. So we'll go to our CSS folder and create another file. We'll click on the CSS folder. This arrow should be pointing down and add a file. And the convention I like to follow is have the same name as my HTML folder, but with the so let's say home.html. So for CSS, I will write home.css. so that you know which CSS file is linked to which HTML file. And yeah, and we'll copy the relative path, and paste it within href, and paste it over here. And to see if it's working or not, we what we will do is it's running already. Yeah, so it's running. Let's put it over here. Yeah, so home is over here, and shows it. And within this, it's CSS. So to select everything, or let's say I just want to change the background color of this body tag. Body tag. So let's just say this is my body tag. I want to change the color for this body tag. Okay, this close this. Yeah, this body tag. Body tag means this entire white canvas. I'm going to change it to something. So I will just write body, 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 and write background color. So there are tons of options. So I will just choose background color, and I will select, let's say, this. You can play around with it if you like. So, uh, let's see which color can we go with.
You can use color
Let's go
grade.
with
You know.
violet and reload this page. You can see the color of this page change. So this is how you can. So this is just a short introduction to CSS. You pick
Sir,
the, yeah.
sir, when I'm creating folder under CSS, it's getting created under images.
No, no, you have wrongly clicked actually.
Yeah, you if you click it wrong, it should be within inside home. So within static, if you're facing problems with creating folders through the
Mm.
VS Code file manager, you can just directly go to your bootcamp
Yeah,
folder and
that's
create it from there also. So have a static folder. Within it have two folders, one CSS, one image.
Okay, fine, fine.
Okay. And within the CSS folder, have one CSS file, name it as home.css. Okay, so this is yeah. So this is I don't like the font even, but that is for later times. What I want to show you right now is we'll just remove this body tag also. We don't want it.
Sir, show the code
For
that which you have written under main.py. No, 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 under the home.html. Yeah, yeah.
home.html, yeah, home.html. Just write this. Its link reel is going to be style sheet, and href is going to be static home. It's CSS.
href. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, this is really annoying. Okay, so yeah. So next, I want to show you the concept of div. So basically, you see all of these tags. You can see this meta tag, head tag, then body tag, h1 tag. These are actually some containers. So if you there's something called a box model for web development, and if you go inside, if you click on let's say right click, go to inspect elements, you can see the boxes as you hover around the code. You can see that all HTML is just boxes. So if I go on to head, it's head is not going to be shown. It's an invisible box. Body, it's going to be a box. See the box. See so the blue color part is the actual body, and then the orange color part that you see, that's the padding. You can customize it also. If I click on body, and if I click on style, you can see the box that it represents. You can see that this is the in the middle at the center. You have it. You have the actual content. Then you have the padding. Then you have actually that's sorry, my bad. That's actually the margin. The orange part is the margin, and you have padding, and then you have the box. So So you just have to remember this box model when you see any tag. So all of these tags are represented by this box. So you can see that if you click on any tag, you will see a box around them. So all these tags are represented by box, and you can create empty boxes also. So let's say if I create a div, so a div is an empty box, and we can style it actually. So we can style this div. So I will just give this div a name. So if you want to give a div a unique name, use ID, and you can say it as demo, and I want to, let's say, it's open. Sorry guys, there's someone in my room. I'm sorry. Yeah, Chandan Kumar, yeah, tell me.
No, so my question is like, this whole idea of using ID class and all.
Yeah,
So like, what is the thinking process in which we should create ID or we should create
yeah, good
class
question.
before? Yeah,
Good question. So when you are creating ID, that means that ID means unique identifier. So
correct.
let's say your ID is your Chandan Kumar can be a lot of people can have Chandan Kumar as their name, but your ID is your Aadhaar number, right? So that is unique to you.
Okay, but so it means we cannot assign one ID to many.
No, that is not a right way of doing it. You will see a lot of places where multiple ID, there are same ID in multiple places, but that is a very bad practice. You're not supposed to do it. And when you are only doing HTML and CSS, it's not going to be a problem. But the moment JavaScript comes into
Hmm,
the picture, your
correct.
entire code will break down if you keep on doing using ID. So
Got
you
it.
need to know when you are supposed to have classes and ID. So let's just say I will give you a demo right now. I'll give you a demo right now, and you will see there's an error also. There's a warning also popping up over here. So just wait. So let's say I want to style this div, and when you're styling a div, make sure that you are using an ID. Don't use div. Otherwise, all the divs in your uh, uh,
Code will get style same.
page, yeah, will get the same style or it will override the style. So if you want to add a style to a specific div, you will need to put ID. So let's just say I have div one, div two. So let's just say this is div one, and this is div two. So these are the IDs, and I will go to home.cs. Yes, sir. And if I remember correctly, it's going in order to style an element using the ID or not the tag name. I think it's going to be hash
Yeah, yeah.
and then div and one, and then I can think I can yeah I think yeah. So first I will just add some width to it with let's just say 200 pixels. So right now let's just stick to pixels.
Can you
Or
tell me one more thing? Like
yeah,
this pixel thing, like
yeah.
what is the dimension of pixel? Because how you think that this pixel have to use? I did
So
never get an idea.
pixel itself is a unit.
Yeah, yeah, correct. So
Yeah,
like, what is the total width of a computer? Like in any computer,
yeah. So let's say, for example, let's say you see this white screen over here to here.
yeah.
Yeah. So the length of this white screen is going to be measured in terms of how many pixels are making this
Hmm.
white screen. Okay, so each screen will have different number of pixels, depends upon your resolution.
Okay.
So my screen will have different number of pixels from your screen.
So we should not use the pixel. We should do something more.
Yeah, it's better to use percentage. Always use percentage, but since we are learning, it's better to stick to pixels as you advance in your CSS journey. You're styling your websites. You will you can start using uh,
Percentage.
the percentage. Actually much better is view width. View width is a much more flexible unit
Hmm.
than using pixels or
What,
percentage.
what you said? What you said? Which one?
View width.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, it actually it depends depending upon your width of your window it adjusts the size. Okay, so right now let's just Okay, before we go forward, I will just want to show you something that don't. I will reload this page, and you can see that uh, I have div tags. I have two divs, but they are not showing in the HTML. That's because right now they have zero dimension. They don't have a width. They don't have a height. And if you go to your, let's say, HTML code also, this frame, I will just, you can see the div is over here. But once I hover over them, you can see the div one is over there. But it's right now it's zero. Div two is also over there, but right now both of them are zero. So I will just try to give some dimension to them. So I'll just write width. Width is going to be 200 pixels. Height is also going to be 200 pixels. And now I'm reloading this page. And now if I go to div, select the div tag from here, you can see there's a 200 by 200 box. But it's still invisible. That because my div has dimensions, but it doesn't have
Border.
content.
Yeah.
It's invisible currently. So let's give it some color. So I will just give it some color. Let's say black color red and reload. And you can see we have created this red box over here. Same thing we can do with div 2 also. So div 2 also will just instead of red we will select bluish color and reload. And you can see we have two. It looks like a magnet.
Yeah, not
So
also.
yeah. So we have to divs, one in blue color, one red color. Now, coming to your question, when to use class and when to use ID, you will see now the problem. Let's say I have both of these divs as ID, div1 and div1, and now reloading this page. Yeah, so I should get a warning. Okay, so the warning is turned off, I guess. Some problems. I, yeah, so there are two hidden warnings, I guess, but actually you would get a warning over here saying that having two divs is prohibited. So two warnings are over. I think they have console. I think it's turned off in my browser, but you should get a warning that two divs cannot. You are using the same ID for two tags, which is not a good thing to do. Okay.
And
Yeah.
also,
Okay. So you can see right now. You can see there's a, if I don't know if you can read it or not, ID attribute value must be unique,
yeah.
document, yeah, multiple static elements with the same ID attribute div. So you can see it has, but for some reason I think I had turned it off in my console. But already you can see that there is a, it's giving me this attribute warning. So, so let's say div2, let's get converted into div2. Now, let's say, so I want both of these divs to have the same width, same width and height. And this code, but the only unique thing is about the color, right? So let's say if I want both, this actually causes a lot of repetition of code because I am repeating, I am always writing width, height, width. So let's just say right now I have only two divs. But what if my web page has like 100 or 200 divs? I can't go by again, go and write with for each of those divs. Right, 100 times I have to write this width equal to 200 pixels, height equal to 200 pixels, which is kind of like the whole point of coding is that you write it once and you make it automated. So that is where class comes in. So I can write under class. So I will just write class. Yeah, class. I will just write it as demo. And you can have same class name for multiple HTML tags. No issue in that. Now I can just write. I can, yeah,
Just can you mention once again about the class? What exactly is it going to do?
yeah. So what class is going to do is it's actually going to group similar tags. So, for example, if you want to group similar elements in your HTML, let's say some HTML, for example, you want to group all of these what do you call it,
Cards.
cards, all of these cards. So you want to identify all of them as cards. You're not going to assign a unique name to each card. What you're going to do is you're going to say that I want to group all of them. I want a identifier that identifies all of these elements as cards. So that is where you use class.
Class calculates cards.
Yeah,
My question is stemming from the usage of same class in two divs.
yeah. So basically, what does this class demo means that these divs are of the same type. So it
Mhm.
assigns a particular type to the same divs, whereas
Mhm.
ID assigns the unique identifier to this div.
Okay.
Okay.
But okay.
So
The class is
I can
defined.
explain. I can explain.
Yeah.
So class basically, if you style with class, then every class equals to demo will follow the same thing. But you can further make amendment using ID. So let's say a large number of divs having same class, so you give the generic structure to all of them. But you want some changes in one of the particular one. So only go to that ID and change it. Otherwise, why to do it for all?
Okay. So this class, is it the same as the one we used in the Python file?
No, no, no,
No,
no,
no,
no,
this is
no,
not
no.
that way. This is just name actually.
Name.
Class means generic. It's like class. The meaning is same. Yeah, meaning is same.
So
But we don't need to.
you can think of this ID as a unique identifier, whereas class as a universal identifier.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
what are the characteristic traits
yeah,
of the class you're going to define now?
yeah. So for
Okay.
example, let's say okay, let's say I have some JavaScript over here. Let's say I have some JavaScript over here, JavaScript code. And actually, the main reason why class and ID are created is to help JavaScript identify your HTML structure. So let's just say I want HTML tags which are ID equal to div1. Now let's say if I had both of these div1, what JavaScript would do is it's going to return only the first hit. It will
Mhm.
only return the first div. It will
Correct.
not return the second div. But if I say let it be there. Let's say if I say as class
This is going to demo.
demo,
It will give all the divs, is it?
exactly, exactly. It will give you all the divs which have class as demo.
Okay. But the traits of this class demo are yet to be identified, are yet to be defined here,
Yeah,
or
it
this
is
is
Yeah,
that?
correct,
yeah,
correct.
we will be
Okay.
defining
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
class.
Sorry. Sorry. Then I
Yeah,
jumped the gun. I'm sorry.
yeah, yeah. No issue, no issue. So yeah, so we have divs now. What we will do is what? Oh yeah.
Dot class name.
So we'll just add class. So when you want to style a class, you will put dot and then the class name. So class name is demo, and yeah. And now because both I want both of them divs to have the same width, I will just write width 100 pixel. Sorry. Uh,
Sir, why are you using dot demo?
To
uh,
represent class.
to identify this as a class.
Okay.
Hash is for ID and dot is for class. So it gets used. It takes a little time to get used to it. I also had when I was starting out, I also had this confusion. I used to look it up, but just remember, just write it down somewhere, maybe in a sticky note that hash means ID and dot means class. Okay,
I can
so
give an example. Let's say you have a hundred number of divs,
mhm,
and you want to make 20 divs of one type, next 20 of other type, next 20 of other type. So in all, if you just write div and nothing, it will go to all div and change everything.
yes, yes, yes,
Now let's say you want to make only 20. So you
mhm,
give class to those 20 a similar class.
yes, exactly.
It will change those 20 itself with the class name as you have mentioned.
Yes.
Now you give the next 20 and a different name, then it will modify those to next 20. And if you give again next 20 different name, I mean
Yeah.
class name, it will keep on changing. And
Yes.
out of all of this, let's say one particular div we want to make it very unique. So we'll put
Yeah.
the ID for that. So you put also ID.
Yeah.
You can omit and add ID and class as per your requirement. This is what you
Exactly. Exactly. So now let's say now if I so now what's going to happen is going to it this width of 100 pixels and height of 100 pixels is going to be added to all the divs. It's going to be a property of all the divs in my HTML code. So now if I run my code, you can see 100 pixels of 100 pixels. All of these are over here. And just to give you guys another demo, let's say sorry, how do I close it now? How do I close it? Okay.
also, Sarin, do you know the shortcut for creating many similar class? Let's say I want
Yeah, I think it was there's
dot
time
div dot first of all div dot
div dot
class name, I think. Class.
class equal to demo.
The
Let's
name,
say I have 67 of them. It will create
yeah, yeah,
67
like
classes
this,
like
yeah.
this.
Div dot demo, I think.
Yeah.
Creating class.
Oh, sorry. Div dot demo class equal
Class
to
is not no class. No, 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 no. Just div dot demo. Class it will take automatically because dot means class only. No, not like this. Just demo. Div dot demo. I'm saying not
div
class.
dot demo. Okay.
Yeah, remove everything. Remove everything. Class is not required. Class is not required. Div dot demo. That's it.
Okay.
Click over.
Okay. But it didn't multiply it 67 times.
Yeah, but this is a way to create it.
Okay. I think, hold on.
No, class is not required.
Hold on.
Oh,
No, class is
it's
not
this.
required, I guess.
Uh,
It's
no, no.
not.
No, what you write after dot is class actually. The dot means class only. So when you write after something name after dot, that will become the class, and it will put into the this comma.
Okay.
You're writing class. I don't know why you're writing class. The name of the class, right? The name of the class.
Yeah. DEM
Oh, that's it.
demo.
Yeah,
But I want, let's say I want to multiply multiple classes like this. So,
yeah, it's working.
okay. It's working. Yeah.
Yeah,
Say, let's say 20. And okay. So
yeah,
20 of them.
yeah. That's good.
But I also want ID also, right?
So it's
So
like I think ID. There's a, again same way, not dot. I think it's something else.
mhm,
Maybe hash. You can put hash div hash demo. Just check it. Maybe
okay.
Div dot.
Div hash, let's say
anything. Yeah, whatever.
is one dot demo.
It will create both. Then it will create both.
Okay.
Yeah,
And now let's say I want three of them.
yeah, fine.
Yeah, but ID, but it's still giving me this div one, div one, div one,
Yeah, triple
which
div.
is
Yeah, you
which is I
mentioned the
don't want.
yeah.
Yeah, which is I want this to be dynamic.
Oh my god. Then it's will be something new. I don't know this code.
Uh-huh. Anyway, it's fine. I mean, just to give you guys an idea, let's reload it. You can see this what's happening here is that it's creating multiple divs. So now you don't have to assign this width and height multiple times to the divs. You can just assign it to demo, and it will find all the divs with the class name demo and then apply that style. But you will get this div one as
So ID will
yeah.
supersede, right? ID will supersede everyone. The class definition will be superseded by ID, right?
Yeah, ID is think of remember this, and
Inline
Uh,
CSS.
in CSS, no, in CSS, the more specific you are, the higher the chance the style will be applied to it.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. So let that be here. Mhm. Okay. Yeah. And the other thing that I wanted to show you is view. So let's say you want it to be responsive. So it's a 10 view width, and this is going to be let this be 100 pixels, and reload it. Okay, I think it's 40. Let's do 40. And now if I expand it, you can see as I expand, it will become responsive. The width of the div is going to be responsive. But if I keep it 100, let's say 100 pixels, and reload it, it's going to be a fixed size.
No, but sorry, in the meta tag we have mentioned viewport, so that will not work.
No, viewport is for different. Viewport is for looking into what devices you are looking at. So
Okay,
that is
okay.
a different, that different thing.
Uh, Can you again show that percentage thing that?
Yeah, yeah. So if you use VW, that is view width. So which
Uh-huh.
basically means that you you take 10 times 10% of the width of your screen, or
Mm,
20%.
mm.
I think that I don't know how it's calculated, but basically view width means that you make your elements responsive to the width of your window. So now if I increase my window size, you can see the width of the length of my divs are changing. Okay.
Okay, okay.
But for the time being, it's when you're learning, it's better to start with pixels, and then as you advance, you start using different CSS units.
So
Okay.
for height, it'll be VH or something else?
Yeah, yeah. For height, you can also use VH. Okay, okay. I'll just show you. So this is CSS is all about playing around. Even if you do VW, it will just adjust the height based upon the width. So as you change your width, it will change the height. So let's say now if I increase the width, the height
Mm,
changes. You see that? So it's
mm.
basically just plug and play, or not plug and play. I'm sorry. I mean permutation and combination. There are a lot of things you just combine and see which one does what, and you get really cool effects if you play around. All these animations and all these are all going to you can play around and figure out.
Okay.
Yeah.
In CSS, we can also include animations, as you said.
Yeah. You can use animations if you really want to play around. I think you can visit. So let's try have it or not. Yeah. So I think I don't know if it will load or not. Taking some time to load. Anyway, let's go back. Maybe it's not going to load. Maybe the server is down or something. I think the server is down. Some not trying to that. Yeah, server is down. Yeah. So all of these animations you can create using CSS. This was created using plain CSS animations.
Where we can go?
Huh?
This is some site.
Yeah, this was my Mat 2 project. So if you want, you guys can go ahead and check it out. So basically, we'll create something like this. Not this advanced, but yeah, you guys can go ahead. Uh, um, Sorry, go to login.
Yeah, right.
So I think the server over there is not working. So all of these animations you can create. Uh, to do that, you can check out W3 school CSS animation and CSS animation, and you can look into how you can use these animations over here. So there are bunch of try it yourself code over here, and you can go ahead and try it out. So yeah, these are the animations that I created for my card.
This is your project, Mat 2.
Yeah.
This looks really nice.
So yeah. So yeah, you can just you can see the code how I implemented it, and you can
Sure,
recreate it if you want.
sir.
Anyway, let's
Sir,
go back. Uh-huh. So yeah, let's create the login screen. Let's add some styling to this login screen. So the first thing that I will do is I will remove all of these, go to home, and I will put this entire form into a login. This entire form into a div. So I will just say div, sorry, div. Just create a simple login form kind of thing. Div and div over here. Now this entire sign up and sign up login form is inside a div, and we'll change this div. So we'll just say, let's say, I'll just add ID to it because I am only going to have one form over here. So we'll just say sign up form. Yeah, sign up. I think yeah, sign up form. So copy this, reload, go to home, put hash, sign up, and we'll just add some, let's say, mm, first let's start with background. Let's add a background color to it. Let's give it some basic background. Let's say go with beige. So yeah, so it basically gives me the entire. So the form will span the entire what do you call it? Mm,
Span.
yeah, entire span. So and the div will just because we didn't specify a fixed width to it, it will expand with the form. So we don't want that. We want only the div. So we will just give a width to it.
No, we can do this, na content adjustment, something like this.
That will be a little bit advanced for the entire class.
No, nothing advanced. This is just a like a simple name. It will
Okay.
adjust as per the
Content what?
content adjust. I think something like it will adjust as per the content. The div span. The width equals to I think. Width equals maybe fit content. Yeah, maybe. See, yeah. This is like you can fix only this much.
Uh, or right now, if you go by this, there are a lot of tags, so you will just get confused.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying like this is the one way
yeah.
to remove this space. Like this is space now you can use for something else.
Okay, okay, fine. So now, but I just don't want the width of this div to be based upon the width of the content.
Yeah,
So,
you can give a
wha-
fixed size. You can give no issue.
okay, anyway, I will just add some padding to it. Padding 10 pixels. Okay, make sure that you put the semicolon. Yeah, so this will increase the padding. So I'll just keep on increasing the padding till I like it. So 20. Okay, color beige is not working for me. So let's go with this color, which is also very light. Okay, and let's say I don't like the font or font style, so I want to change the font style of it. So I'll just say X. I think no,
Font,
it
font.
style uh, font.
I
Sorry,
think font. I think font style will
font
come.
family. It will be font
Font.
family.
Yeah,
So I will use sans serif, okay, Times New Roman sans serif. Let's go with this one.
I think this is Times New Roman only.
No, it will not work because it's inside another H tag, right? So H tag will have its own. So to fix that, what I will do is I will take, I'll take this, and this is how you do nesting and sign form H1. So all the H1 tag within this sign form is going to have text align, center, and font family equal to, let's go with Sigoi UI, and we load, and you can see the font family change. I want to change the color of this also, but for now, let time being, let it be like this. And next thing I want is to change this inputs. So what I want is I want to change the input tags within this sign form, and I will just say input. Oh, is it listening to me?
Yeah, yeah, it listens actually.
Oh,
In fact, I think and they give so they can see what you're thinking as well. I don't know.
okay, so so input tag. I think I can just say padding a little bit. Oh, sorry, margin, because I want margin is the thing, the space outside the box, and padding is space inside the box. So let's go with margin of, let's say, 2 pixels. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so it increases it. That this looks great. It looks good. And let's say if I want to increase the padding also, padding, let's say 3 pixels, I want to give it. Yeah, padding also looks good. Now border radius. So there are tons of option over here. You just have to what you can do is, the best thing you can do is you can copy this and say put it in ChatGPT and ask that, okay, I want this div of mine to have border radius of 2 pixels, or a different border, and it will do it. So okay, border radius didn't work. 20 pixels. Okay. And okay, so it's also styling the border. So we'll just say border, um, borders, bo- border style equal to none. I don't like this blackish kind of thing. So yeah, this it gives it me this, and I will just increase the pixel size to 7 pixels now. Yeah, this looks good. I will keep on increasing it till the other way you can do it. Do the same thing is actually by going into this inspect elements, clicking on this element, whatever element you like. So let's just say I'm currently working on this input value, and you can directly over here and click on it, and you can press the up and down arrow to adjust the size. And once you are happy with it, let's say 9, you can just copy the code from here and paste it over here. But I will just, since only 9 pixels it is, I'll just keep it this, and yeah. Okay, and I also don't like the border of this also. I will also give it a border radius over here also. Yeah, what was the question?
Yeah, yeah. So I have one question. Like, if I want to move the entire div, because let's say first of all my div was the entire span. Now, first my question like, how to fix the size of the div? Not, it should not expand. And then how to move the div across the screen as per class.
Yeah. That's actually a huge meme in the internet, that the biggest challenge a front end developer faces is how you can center a div.
Okay, I don't know.
So, so that is the biggest challenge. So yeah, so to do that, what you can do is you can do transform, and then translate, and you can say let's say 50%. I think this one is the controls the width, and this one controls the height, I guess. So let's say 30 pixels. Let's start with 0 pixels and 0 pixels, and we will figure out which one does what. 0 pixels. Yeah, yeah. So
make it
now,
make it 010, 010, like this. We can
yeah. So I will just use this mm, the developer tools, and yeah. So translate, I have it. Now I can just increase this, and yeah. So the first one moves it across horizontally.
X axis, yeah.
Yeah, x-axis, and the second one is the y-axis.
So now one question is like in this case,
Yeah.
when you're clicking the div part, div is fully occupied or only we have kept it small, no?
I'm sorry, I
Like
didn't
if
get
you
you.
remember, like no, if you remember, like you made the fit content, right?
Yeah.
Width equals to.
Yeah.
Now if you make the width equals to, let's say, some value,
Yeah.
it will not move. I think. Can you check?
Which one? With?
Yeah, width. Just make it 200 px, like 300 px, whatever, 300
Oh,
px.
300 pixels. No, that will be do some overflow kind of thing.
No, so then it will, then you can just see. And now try to move the X part.
Okay,
It,
translate,
it
right?
should it should not move, I think.
No, it will move. It will move. It will still move.
Just check.
Hold on. It still
So,
moves.
so it is moving the content, not the div.
It's moving the div. This is this orange part that you see, the skin color part. This is the entire div.
No, no, div is the entire horizontal span. It occupies the entire screen, right?
No, no, no. Div and only this part is the div. So if I go to div, there's div sign up form. You can see the highlighted part. This
So
is the
you just make one more div in the this is a home HTML page. Just add one div. Yeah, just add one div below, and just I write any text, hello world, whatever. Now just touch the hello. It's the entire span.
yeah. So if
So
div actually by default div inherits its what do you call it, the style of its child. So this is actually a p tag actually. It, so p tags are actually that spans the entire thing. So you can see
uh,
this p tag.
even div will span the entire thing.
No, divs actually are blank slate.
Okay.
Okay, so
No, so my question is like, what we were moving? Were we moving the div?
yeah,
See,
we are moving the div. We are moving the div.
so when we move the div, so div is infinitely large.
No, div is not infinitely large. Div doesn't have any dimension, no styling, nothing. It's completely blank. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like infinite slate.
yeah.
Is spread across the entire
No, no,
width.
no, no. Infinite. No, no,
But you
no.
set the dimensions, no?
No, no,
Dimension.
You have already
Dimension.
set the dimensions as width and height.
yeah, yeah, it's mentioned 300
So how
pixels.
will it be infinite?
No, that's my question. Like, it's showing that it's occupying the entire screen, the horizontal
No,
line.
no. No. You're not getting it. Div is not occupying the entire screen. Hello world is occupying the entire screen. Div is just expanding. Div is like a rubber band. What?
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Hmm. No, so that's what I'm saying. Like the issue is like when you write the next div equation, like a next div content, it will
Yeah.
go below the first div, not right side.
Yeah. Not the right side. For that, you have to change the box model.
Yeah, exactly. That's my question. It's like so I thought that okay because it's not going right, it's going down.
Yeah.
By
Okay.
default.
Yeah, Chandan.
Yeah.
Uh, if we dive into those things, those are a little bit of advanced things for beginners. Okay, so that how the box model and all. So the entire CSS, if I have to teach you the entire CSS, I have to teach you about the box model, and that will take a much more time.
No, no
Okay,
problem.
okay, so right, and that will lot of things are a little bit of those things, a little bit of in the mid advanced kind portion. So maybe not to have a common ground for everyone. Maybe not. Let's not dive into that. If you want, you can go to their W3 school. That has the entire documentation, and you can play around with that. But over here, I just want to give you an intro to how you can get start with CSS. Okay,
Okay, okay, no, no
please
problem.
please don't mind, but it's
No,
fine that
actually,
you are reading ahead and
no, no. I haven't read even single thing. So I'm just figuring it out based on the things which I see actually.
Mhm,
I haven't read anything actually. I mean, CSS, I never read even a single line. So what I see, I just try to infer from what I'm seeing actually.
mhm.
So right now,
Okay,
this actually I face the issue. So that's why I'm asking that why this is
yeah,
happening.
how you are learn. That's how you learn in web development. You face the issue, you Google it, and you figure out that, oh, okay, this is the tag we are supposed to be using.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
don't think that okay, I'm reading and I'm coming to disturb you. Not like this.
No, not like that, not like that. I'm just saying that I this is a very beginner friendly course. Okay, so if we go into that, how we can have one day in place next to each other, those things are not you learn as you go by. Right now, focus on this one. Focus on how you can move a div from left to right or up and down. So step by step.
I think if you write one div and you just put the next div inside the first div, it will be inside only.
Yeah, it's that's because div. Think of divs like boxes. So if you put a div,
No,
another
I'm saying, sorry, this is not advanced. I'm just saying it's a simple answer. I mean, if we know the answer, a simple answer. I think this I just realized by seeing the code that it's
hmm
parent-child relationship, and if
hmm
writing one thing inside the other, it will be inside only.
Yeah,
No?
exactly. That's what was what's
Nothing advanced.
happening.
I'm saying this is not advanced.
This is not that much. What you are saying is how you can have one div next to another div. Let's say
Yeah,
let's say when you are writing one div, another div. So
just write div and write the div inside, two div right inside. It will be in the first.
if
If
you
you have,
have two divs like this, it will be stacked one top and another,
yeah,
right? But if I put this div within inside it, it will be inside this div.
yeah.
That is not what I'm talking about.
You just put inside the other first div. You will see there. Just put inside the first
Yes,
div.
I know that. If I put it over here, will still stack one top at another.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to the next part. So let's move this div to the center. So there's a trick to moving this div to the center. That is, you say position relative. So this position relative sets. Uh, how do I explain the position relative and absolute to you guys? Just uh, just make it think of it like it's positioning relative to this window, and then you can say left minus 50%, and if I move it, okay, yeah, so it's actually gone. But now if I translate it back, if I just say 50%, it should hold on 50%
Transform translate.
minus 50%. Yeah. So this centers the div over here. So there are multiple ways of moving the div here and there.
No, but why it is working like you write 50 plus and then minus 50?
Yeah. So 50% means when we only have this 50%, what it does it it puts 50% of the entire width of your window in front of from in the left side.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and then when you say translate 50%, what it does it takes from middle of this div, it shifts it by 50% of its width, and
Okay.
that's why it
That, the
to understand
50%
it.
of the remaining width from the center of
Yeah,
the okay div to the left side of the
yeah,
screen.
yeah,
Okay, makes
and
sense.
then I can just say 10%, 10 pixels, maybe let's say 40 pixels like this, and then if I want, let's say I will turn it into white and say uh, box shadow, and yeah,
Background with
so
padding
let's
radius.
so this will create a box shadow for me like this. You have username, password. So this is there are multiple ways of how you can style your entire uh, uh, a div. This is just going playing around with different properties. So the properties you can actually go to W3 schools. You see the CSS properties over here, and you can play around with them. See what each one of them does. Drop shadow. This is the one that I just used. Drop shadow. Clicking on trying it out, you can have yeah. And I think I believe I have sent some links also to uh, for some resources online where which you can use to create this CS animation kind of thing. Okay, so yeah, clicking on sign up. So let's just say system password 1234 1234 1234 and sign up and yeah, so you're over here. Uh, Login. So mm, now that we have done this, so we will create some cards, let's say CSS cards. So we'll just learn how to create cards like this. Basically, I mean cards like these are, you can think of them as cards, and we will create some cards like this for our movie poster. For basically this thing. Okay, so basically these cards we will not animate them. We'll just create this card for holding information about the movie, and clicking on the card will take me to the movie. Yeah. Anyone has a question?
Sir, I'm not able to position it in the center.
Yeah. Show me your screen. We have 13 participants today. No, still those five people are not joining.
Are you able to see my screen, sir?
Hold on. Hold on a
Like
minute.
this.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see your screen. Okay. You forgot the semicolons in line number 7.
Okay, correct.
So it should be plus 50 and both minus 50 will not work. It should be left should be plus 50 and transform should be minus 50.
So instead of this, can we just make it 25 because this is like 25 only, na?
There are billions of way of centering a div. It's a online. It's a entire meme on online. If you go and if you search, okay, I will just show you. If you go and search the hardest part, uh, okay, over here, let's go.
So you can just ask ChatGPT how to center DB to give you the answer.
How to center a div? It's a meme online. It's a meme. There is no right way of centering a div. How to center a div? See, there are websites dedicated to showing. There is a Stack Overflow. How to center a div? 11 ways of centering a div. It's an ongoing battle. The ongoing battle. See, there's a second option. The first suggestion is in CSS. The second option is meme. One does not simply center a div. There is a bunch of memes over here. It's a nightmare. Backend developers centering div. Backend developers centering div. I write soft developers. How do I center a div?
Got
So
it.
it's an entire. It's an entire meme online. It's a never-ending battle. Everyone says that this is the right way of centering a div. Or the other says no, this is the right way of centering. No right way. If it's centered, it's centered.
Okay, I'll do the sentry.
Yeah.
I'll find the method.
There's no right way of doing it. I prefer this one. I just do it this one. There are others who prefer others. You can do whatever or whichever one you like the best. Okay, so going to main.py, going to login about, okay, so we will, user doesn't exist, user successfully login. Yeah, so over here we will create another route for hosting our dashboard. So we'll create another route called user dashboard. I hope everyone is following or at least recording the video.
Yep.
Best would be if you code along. That is the best way of doing it. But
That's
still,
going a little faster.
yeah. So actually, the college has reduced the timings from 4 hours to 2 hours. Earlier, it was 4 hours. So
Mm-hmm.
4 hours would have been much better. Yeah. So user dashboard HTML. So we'll just go to create another HTML for template called user dashboard. Yeah, so it has created it for now time being, and we will just reroute it. So user has logged in successfully. We'll change to redirect URL user dashboard. So basically, this user dashboard over here comes over here, returning it, and oh yeah,
May I ask a question?
yeah,
How much of this project is carried in I mean, project weightage is carried in terms of how the front end look, I mean, how the styling looks like?
very little,
Hmm.
very
Okay.
little. Uh,
So maybe then we will have a class on querying the database with multiple tables or something like that
yeah, yeah,
sometime.
yeah, yeah. I will be doing it tomorrow. So today I
Okay.
just want to show you how you can do some
Sure.
basic styling, that is this divs and all.
Sure.
But we will do it in the next upcoming classes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you don't want to add any styling, that's completely fine. Just
Hmm.
IIT doesn't care. They care more about, because IIT is more in the more like the technical stuff rather than the design aspect of it.
Right.
Engineers, right? That's
Don't
why.
blame me, please.
So yeah, that's
Now, what I mean to say is the styling part of the story, even towards the end, perhaps it can be managed. But what exactly should the construct be?
uh,
Okay, we went as far as creating the table, querying the table,
Yeah, and then correct
getting the
operation.
information. So if we have to link tables, maybe some SQL will be needed. So
exactly.
yeah, so
So
Sir, that
I will
user
do it in the
dashboard was under template, right?
user dashboard. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So the reason if Ravi, when you were in my first boot camp, the last stuff, you saw
mhm,
how I created the entire
correct,
code and then went on to the front end.
exactly, exactly.
But right now, I see that students get more interested when they start working with the styling part.
No,
Ah,
no,
okay,
no. So we are actually looking for only the operational part. It's
Yeah, yeah,
Current part you can again do the same way because
yeah,
we
yeah.
all are here only and we can vote right now.
Mhm.
So this part,
I agree. I agree with you, but just a little bit of styling, because the code today I also have to leave at 9:15. 9:15 I have another meeting to attend, and tomorrow I am free for till free after 9. I can database is actually the star schema is actually something that that's the new concept. So it's gonna take some time for everyone to understand. So that's why I am starting with the styling part.
okay, okay.
Okay.
That
Okay.
works too. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just create another div here, div, and for this I will name give it a class name as card, and yeah, that's it. And home also same thing. I'll just copy this CSS, paste it over here, paste it over here, and just name it as user dashboard, user dashboard, CSS, and create a file inside the CSS folder, user dashboard. and start styling this called class. So let's say dot card. Let's say with I want it to have 200 pixels, height 600 pixels, and background color. Let's say this for not for the time being. Okay, this is completely white.
Sorry, sir, just a curiosity.
Yeah,
Um, what extension you have installed in your VS Code that it's auto generate
Copilot.
Copilot?
Yeah, yeah. So this is quite big. Let's go 500 pixels. Below 500 pixels is also too much. 400. I think 300 was one of the. Yeah, 300. Now the steps I use is like create a div. I start with height, background color, just to visualize my card properly. Yeah, and this works. Say, let's see how much. How does it look? Like 15. Yeah, 15. And to add, let's say a poster over here, what I will do is background image, background image. It's gonna take a URL. It's gonna take a URL, and I will put a URL over here. Iron Man. Iron Man movie posters, and we can copy this any poster. So when you're copying this poster, make sure you click on it and right click on it and copy image link. Okay, so make sure you don't say copy image, use copy image link, copy image link, and we go to your background image tag and your CSS URL and paste it over here. It should be a string, so put it inside a string, and yeah, where is it? Reload it. So it will put the exact size of the image, and to fix that, what you will do is uh, background image. I think it was background size equal to cover. Set it to cover and reload, and it will adjust the background size to it. So this is how you create div. Sorry, this is how you create cards for your project. Yeah.
So when you click the first time, it was only blue color, and second time this image comes. Are these two images?
No. So what happens is that yeah that so you missed that part. So if I don't have this background cover over here, what
Mm-hmm.
it will do is it will put the image over here, but it won't adjust the size of the image.
No, where is the image right now?
This is the blue part you see. This is the image. So if I go over here, you can see the blue part over here.
So there are two images. Is it like
No,
this
no,
overlap?
no,
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 no.
it's not the image that you're seeing in that div. That's all.
Okay,
So you
got
can
it.
see this part.
Okay. Once you say fit, it'll fit to the entire
Yeah,
size.
exactly.
Got it.
So you
Got
can
it.
see this blue part over here, and if I go to document,
No, I got it. This is done. Done.
yeah, see
Understood.
this part. And now if I put this background cover, it will adjust it to the size of the my div. Okay, so
Understood.
now if I even go over here, click on my card and play around with the width and width, you can see it's adjusting the background image based upon the dimensions of my card. You just see the how the image is auto adjusting itself.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah, so that is why the cover property. So now if I uncheck the cover property, now if I increase the width You can see that.
Sir,
Yeah,
which route did you take in the user dashboard?
yeah. I just put direct user dashboard.
Can even show a
So
main.py?
yeah, yeah. Hold on. Main.py. I just created a app.route. Put the route as user dashboard,
Okay, fine, fine,
and
fine.
then okay, and then I redirected. Or
Correct,
once the
correct.
user has been verified, I redirected
Yeah,
it
yeah,
to
got it.
user dashboard.
Can you show that cover again? Mm.
Cover code.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So now we have some template code for our to start with building the our database. So now we will create another database called. I mean, we will move on to the main.py. So this is just an introduction of how you can create cards for your uh, project. Basically, if you go to any website, you will see that they are just bunch of cards. So this is also card. If you want to make it into circle, I will show you how you can make your entire div into a circle. Mm, Documents, yeah. So I will just show it over here. So 200, 200 is here, right? Just this is also 200, and if I go to the border radius, yeah, border radius, and if I say that 200%, it becomes a circle.
Okay, nice.
Sir, I'm not
So
able to get the
yeah,
image on the card. Can I once share?
yeah, sure.
Is my screen visible, sir?
Yeah, yeah. So go to your style sheet. Yeah, user dashboard style sheet has a problem. You can see it right now. Uh-huh. Scroll back. Okay. Yeah, background size. Background size. Put it into cover.
How much? 20 pixel?
No, 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 no. Background size. Say cover. Cover. Background size. It doesn't take any input. It just like, sorry. It doesn't take integer inputs. It's you don't have to run it like that. Okay, fine.
It's not coming.
Okay, okay, okay. If it's not coming, okay, go to your user HTML. Did you link your user? Your href is, but okay, dashboard. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, yeah, it's fine. Go to main.py. Render user template. Okay. For user template. Okay. Go to your yeah. So now go to your browser and right click and select yeah. No, 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 no. Go to the user dashboard first. Go to your user dashboard. Go to user dashboard. Enter. Now right click and inspect elements. So click. Open the body. Expand the body. Expand the body. In the code. In the code. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Elements code. Expand it. Plus expand. You haven't written the div properly. It's class. CLA.
Okay, correct. Hmm.
Yeah, fix that. No, no, not here in the HTML, user HTML. You can also select from the tab on open tabs. No? Yeah. Yeah, so div is, you haven't set the div properly. So it is div class equal to card, red card. Yeah. Now go to your CSS user dashboard CSS from the top. Yeah, from the yeah, yeah, fine, it will work now.
Only few of it is being shown, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So the image that you have selected, I think the link might be broken, or you might have not put the link properly. So can you show me the CSS part, CSS code?
This is the
CSS,
link.
CSS, yes. CSS, CSS. Click on. Show me the CSS. URL Bing. Yeah, this is not going to be working. So you have to close it. Close it. This is not a right link. You just remove this link. Not only the link. Okay, fine. Close the bracket. Close the bracket. Put a semicolon. Close the bracket. Put a semicolon. Now go to the uh, yeah search. You have the browser window open over there now, so you can just go. Yeah. So always first click on the image. Click on the image. Click on the image and let it load. Better you go for. You're from Hyderabad.
Hi, sir. No,
Are you
sir.
from Hyderabad?
No, sir. I'm currently in Ahmedabad,
Ahmedabad. Okay, okay,
but I am from Bihar.
okay. So right click,
Good
like
good to know. I'm also in Ahmedabad.
copy image link. Yeah, copy image
Oh,
link. Copy image link. Copy image link. Okay. So the best way to see if the link works or not is paste it in your search bar, or URL bar. Yeah, paste it over here and see if it opens or not. Yeah,
yeah,
since it's
opening.
opening, you can paste it over here. Okay, bing.com. Okay, fine. It will still work. I don't think it will work. Yeah, it will not work because the link is okay. Can you okay? So in the console, I can see there's a problem. Click on the console. No, it was in your browser. This is the terminal. This is the terminal. I'm talking about the browser console. Yeah. See, console is written. When I say console, try to see where console is written. It's yeah, yeah. So width is invalid. It has been ignored. See the value. Okay, so it's a problem with your CSS all itself. So open your CSS file. Looks okay to me. Uh, okay, can you open your browser again? Yeah. Select that card. Select the card. It is yeah. Copy that. Select the card. And yeah, why is it not showing? It's better if you take the images from. Okay, I will just share the image that I used. Can you copy the link that I shared? Yeah, copy this link.
Mm.
Copy link and paste it in your CSS. Make sure it's a string. Okay, put quotation marks and put it inside that quotation marks. Yeah, yeah. Now reload.
Nothing. Play run.
It's running. It's running. It's running. Your browser is run. Yeah. No, no. Oh, dashboard. This. Okay. Enter. Still not
Coming, sir.
opening.
So can we move to the next part? This will continue, I think.
Yeah, I think there is some problem with the link.
No, there is a problem with the address. I think he's pasted in between. See that
Oh,
HTTPS.
Ah,
correct,
yes, yes.
correct, correct, correct. I can also
Yes.
reload
I think we.
this.
Okay. Yeah. Press enter. Press enter. No, not like
आ
that.
गया.
Maybe you're taking too much time here. Yeah. Dashboard. Press enter. Not like that.
So we can move to the next
Yeah.
question.
We can move to
I
the.
think it is too late for doing anything today. Let's complete this and start afresh tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because in another 7 or 8 minutes,
I have
Yep,
to
yeah.
we'll
go.
conclude. Yeah, it will not be sufficient.
Press enter. I think there's a problem with
Yeah, got
some.
it.
Yeah, there it
Some,
comes.
yeah. There it comes. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. One thing. So Bing might have you have some problem with their images. They might be have like the links might be only accessible to Bing. So use Google. Okay. So when you are searching for images, use Google.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So that's I guess we don't have much time left for it. But okay, just quickly what I want to show you right now is open your model.py, copy this entire user model, use it as a template, paste it, and write a uh, called a table called movie. The ID which is going to be there,
Movie
title.
say spelling movie spelling. I.
Oh, sorry, yeah, movie. We'll create a title. We'll have a link for the poster. We'll have a link for the poster, and then we will actually have another. How do I link? Okay, this is so. So movies can have title, poster. They can have a genre. So we just say
And rating also.
yeah, genre and rating. Rating is going to be an integer. I think it's going to be a
Note.
Not, yeah.
float. And yeah, so we'll be using this. But also we also have to identify the different creators. So we'll add another ID called creator ID. So poster will have another ID called ID theater, and yeah. So this would be I think this should be a list. So we'll have a list over here. So this is going to be, I think, object. Is there an object? I think. Okay, I will see which. For now, let it be blank, and we'll see if there's some specific data type for the list or not. So over here, we'll have the IDs of theater IDs. So yes, theater IDs for all the theater that are hosting this particular one movie. And yeah, so we'll have another class called theater. Yeah, class theater model, theater table name, and going to have an uh, ID theater name. So it's going to be having a name, location, and theater name, location. Yeah.
Also
we will
type also theater type, multiplex, singleplex, like this.
that I mean those are you can add as many things as you want in that,
No,
but
no,
I
no,
want to keep it very simple.
that's fine.
I just want a very simple thing. So we will have these movies, and within these two tables, we will create relational tables. For now, we will just yeah. So this it's prompting me to create a show time. So movie ID, theater ID, it's going to have another one. So yeah, called it. So show timetable is going to have the relation between the movies and the theater table, and we can identify which theater has what. Okay. So yeah, that is there, and
Please write the relationship. That is what I want to learn actually.
yeah. So this is actually just to show you. We will not actually store the theater ID as a list. We'll let what you call SQL Alchemy handle these relationships. So we'll have this something called db dot relationship. So we'll have something called db dot relationship, and this will actually link these movie table to the theater table via an intermediary table. So we'll see that in the next class. But for the time being, what I want all of you to do is have these two tables created and fill it up with some data, like a title, poster URL. This is going to be poster URL, poster URL. Have it fill it up, and we will look into it in the next class. So if I run this code right now,
So I want to just understand two things, like this
yeah,
backref and backpopulate, how it works and why it works, and what are the different
yes.
thinking process.
So backref, yeah, I think it actually you may not always require backref and
No,
backpopulate.
I'm not saying may or may not. I'm just
Depends upon the project actually. I myself haven't used backref. I think last term I actually used backref
no, no, but
for
how you think, like let's say I want to think, okay, since I'm creating this and this table, and because
Mhm.
this kind of relationship may occur in future in calculation during this coding process. So
Mhm.
if I create something before, it will be helpful. So I would like to understand that what you think that you need to create it. Like what comes to your mind? Because see, for me, everything is all about a structured thinking. Like I cannot just
Yeah.
think randomly. So I would like to understand, how someone thinks actually. Like why you think the way you think. That's my question always.
Okay. So can you please explain it again? I didn't understand your question.
No, no, my question is like, when you create something, anything, a DB dot relationship, backref
Yeah.
or backpopulate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, what comes to your mind, like while you were designing this data model, like
Yeah. So what
what
is
you
the thought
what you
process
saw,
to create a database?
what you foresaw that that yeah, if I do this, it will be helpful in those kind of calculation.
Yes.
In a
So
query, in mostly query, right? We have to query something.
yeah. So basically, you're asking for the thought process of designing a database, right?
Yeah, I need everything that way only.
Yeah. So that is something. Actually, it's a very iterative method. You
What is
don't
that? What is that?
yeah, iterations. You have to do a lot of iterations
Okay,
to do
fine.
it. So one suggestion that I can give you is you sit down with a pen and paper and you draw the database schema.
No, that is
That
what I don't know. That's why I'm saying.
table at a time. Okay.
Okay.
And when you're creating this table, make sure that your data is not getting repeated or uh,
But how you make sure? Like that is the thing. Like how,
exactly. So, for example, when I am creating this movie table, okay, so let's say when I'm creating this movie table, I want to only store details about the movie. Okay, I don't want to store a detail about the theater inside the movie. That is something I want to keep it different. For example, from a logical point of view, that you have a table, you have a movie table. The movie is going to have a ID. The movie is going to have a name. The movie is going to have a poster. It's going to have a genre. It's going to have a rating. But it's also the movie also is going to be hosted in some theaters, right? It's not going to be hosted in one theater. It's going to be hosted in multiple theaters, right? So now, if say let's say the within the movie table itself, if one movie has like is being hosted in like 10 theaters, for example, INOX, PVR, and whatnot. So I will be having 10 copies of that movie in my movie table, which is redundant, right? There is a lot
Correct.
of redundant data.
Makes sense.
That ID is going to be there. I will not, first of all, I will not have unique ID because my ID is not going to work as a primary key, because
Yeah.
for each movie, I will be having like multiple IDs, and
Correct.
that's the same movie. Doesn't make sense. So
Yeah.
what I want is that I want to separate. I just want to know which theater my movie is hosted at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
And but I don't want to know all the details of that particular theater in my
Correct.
movie table.
Correct.
But I need a way to link my movie to that particular,
It-
let's say, yeah, that particular theater. Okay.
yeah.
So I want to have a column that which stores all the data related to the theater ID. So that is when when we create a relationship, and that relationship stores all the relationship to this theater table. So when we create
No,
this
here,
relationship,
my question is like here I have the issue. Like when two tables are totally independent of each other, then there is no parent and child relationship.
exactly. So like for example, user is not going to have any connection for the movie for the time being. For the time being, okay.
So because when we create the relationship, then what I'm trying to understand is like how you think that which part of the table you will choose. Can you choose in either part, or you can choose one particular part? Does it matter, or does
Yeah.
it
So
doesn't
when you're creating relationship, you use this ID as the key as the foreign key, or the key that binds these two tables together.
No, no, you said like because this is not unique, because one movie will have binding to many theaters, so it's
Exactly.
one to many relation.
Exactly. So
So
that is where we will create a relationship table called class movie theater relationship, and
you kept separately. Okay.
yeah, we will have to create that table separately.
No, but what you said now, like because here to now we have the parent-child relationship.
Uh-huh.
So movie ID may become the foreign key for the theater.
Yeah,
Chandan,
that is going to be it.
Chandan, may I interrupt?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, sure, sure.
It depends on how you want to define the relationships.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But that is why my
No,
question was that
it's not possible to actually explain every possible scenario to everything that is there to it. I'm not saying you should not ask the questions, but what you are asking, I don't think anybody can answer.
okay.
I think it will become much clearer when tomorrow when we create the relationship between the movie and theaters. But for the time being, if you have maybe if you can spare half an hour, you can sit and create this movie table, fill it up with your favorite movies, and create a dummy theater table and fill it up with the ID, name, and location. We will look into it in tomorrow's class. For now, I have to go for another meet.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, no problem.
Okay. See you on next meet.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for
Bye.
joining. Yeah.
Bye, bye.
Yeah.